Hi guys, so this is my second attempt. Done it the first time, I uploaded it to find out I'm going at like super speed, but my voice is normal. God knows what's going on. So, trying this again with a different app. So yeah. So, this is going to be about my jobs that I've had in the past up to my job now. So, obviously, as you all know, or I hope you all know, that I am from Swindon originally. I left school when I was 15 because of where my birthday fell. I went and signed on to the job centre. I was on there for 2 weeks, and then I joined a scheme called E2E, which was a scheme that got you ready for work and stuff like that. They got me some work experience in the co-op, and I started that. I think I was doing 3 days a week. Then I went from 3 days a week to being took on to just doing a Saturday job, which then meant I could leave my program I was on, the E2E program. And then about a month later I got took on, I think it was to do about 25 hours a week. And a couple of weeks after that I was given 39 hours, which was full time. So I went from 1 day a week to part time to full time within the space of probably about a month to 2 months. And then about a year later I became a supervisor. Then a year after that I went on a duty manager's course and I became a duty manager, which meant I was key holder, codes to the alarm, locking up, opening up, getting deliveries in, doing paperwork. I would run the store between 5 and 10 because the managers would have went home. I would also do cashing up if needed. Taking in deliveries and everything you can imagine that a manager would do in a superstore is what I would have to do, even though I was a duty manager, if that makes any sense. Let alone running a team of about 15 to 20 people. So yeah, it was, if we was lucky, that is, to have that amount of people on. We was always understaffed, but yeah. I'd done that for 10 years. 10 years, and believe me, as much as I loved the job, I hated it at the same time. So I left my job and Swindon to come to Bridgewater for my ex-partner. He worked in a pub called Cornhill in Bridgewater, and then he left there and went and worked in the White Hart Hotel, and I moved down here and into the White Hart Hotel, where I didn't really do anything for the first month or two I was down. Moved down here, and then I started working behind the bar, and then it was probably, I would say, a year later I would ended up becoming an assistant manager. Again, key holder, assistant manager stuff, orders, all the system manager stuff. Let alone it was a hotel as well, so I had to run that side of things at the same time. And if I was on my own, so my bosses weren't there, then it was hard. You can imagine. And then I lived there at the same time as well. So yeah, I was there all the time, beck and call, 24/7. So yeah. Also, that pub got closed down, but my boss who had the Duke, not the Duke, that's what I'm getting to, had the White Hart, also had the Duke. So when the White Hart closed down, I've done a shift here and there at the Duke. mainly it was just the weekend they were open all the time. So yeah, I'd done that for a while, and then that got took over. So I then obviously didn't have a job. Then my boss from there, the same boss again, turned around and asked me if I wanted to go and work with him up at Hinckley. Now I was only meant to go up there, just like, do some washing up, stuff like that. He had it was a kitchen. He had a kitchen up there, and he had to cook and God knows what else for like 100 men. There was me, him, and another guy. The other guy left, so I started taking on more responsibility, and then my boss decided not to do it. I had other things to do. He couldn't be there all the time and do it. So then I ended up doing the whole kitchen on my own. Yeah, again, huge responsibility, making sure I didn't poison anyone and stuff like that. So it was huge responsibility. Temp checks, again, cashing out keys, ordering, cleanliness, everything. I say nightmare because it was for me. Not that it is for everyone in general, but it is for me. Anyway, so yeah, I'd done that for about a year, and it was at the Hinckley campus. So obviously that came to an end because people were going to the other site in Bridgewater, and my future brother-in-law Kyle, I got him a job with me, who then ended up going on to run the kitchen down at the campus at Bridgewater. So I was out of a job. Then I managed to get a job again back at Duke. It was like permanent Saturday nights every other Friday if needed. So I'd done that for a few months, maybe 3 or 4 actually. Then I ended up working in Fever. Now Gavin got me the job in Fever without me even knowing. He just said, "I've got you a job. You start Saturday or Friday night, whichever day it was I started." Yeah, I didn't have no responsibility in Fever. When I was there, the plan was to put me out the back. So there's 2 rooms. There was 2 rooms to Fever. You had at the well, how can I explain this? One room is like all chandeliers, stuff like. Obviously, you guys will probably know this. I spent the majority of you from Bridgewater without my subscribers, so you know this anyway. And the other room is like a disco room, dance floor lit up and all that type of stuff. So I called the disco room like the back room. Then you go through the back room to go to the smoking area. So I was on the bar out there, and that was quite a big bar. And I was on my own majority of the time. So it wasn't always busy out there, but when it was busy and I was on my own, God, I was flapping around, bar full of people. Yeah, but I've done it. Yeah. Then the people in Fever then bought the lease for Remedies, who then changed that club into Icon. So yeah, guys, I'm so sorry about this flashing. It is doing my nutting, letting a few. I don't know how to stop it from happening, but yeah. So yeah, they took it over. So we Fever closed. We all went over to Icon, and then obviously we was working there. So I was there for, I think I worked out to be about 6 to 7 months, maybe a bit longer than that. I'm not sure. Might be less. That was we left there to go on a new adventure, which was meant to be up in Taunton. Worked in a pub up there, then didn't work out for us both, so then we came back to Bridgewater. I went back to Icon, and then that's when I became a key holder. That was it, just a key holder, and then I was just a barman. So yeah, but because I lived across the road, well, I used to live across the road, Oh, no, I gotta get this right. Hold on a minute. So, no, I worked in Icon before, obviously, I went to Thingy. I was a key holder then. Christ shame. Mixing all this up. I was a key holder then because I lived across the road. And then, obviously, I left, gave that back. So then when I came back, I wasn't a key holder. Get that right. I was just a barman. Yeah. And then Gavin then got me a job in Cornhill. So I started there. So let me just get this in, guys. So, okay. So me working in Fever, Gav got me that job without me knowing. Okay. I didn't get the job. I didn't ask for the job. I didn't get the job because I wanted to keep an eye on him, as a lot of people out there think. It was the same with Cornhill. I actually said to Gav, I don't want a job in Cornhill. I don't want to work with you because we would be together 24/7. I said, I don't want that. But as it turns out, working in Cornhill, we work normally separate. So as he finishes, I go to work. On a rare occasion, we're both in together. So, yeah, you know. And he's my boss. When we're in work, we have a working relationship, not a relationship. It's not like a romantic relationship. It's a working relationship. He's my boss. He turns around and tells me to go and scrub the toilet. I go and scrub that toilet. I don't stand there and argue with him. Yeah, I might not want to do it, but I got to do it. I'm my boss. And it's the way it is. I have to do what he says. So yeah, we have a working relationship. It's not a romance relationship, if you like. And that's about it, to be fair. But I will let you on something, right? So if any of you are customers who go into these bars and clubs, let me just tell you something. So when you're a customer at the bar, you got to remember. So when you start doing this, pretend that's money, holding money up in the air. No. Or saying to us, oh, come on, I've been here for 10 minutes, what's taking you so long? Or I've been standing here for 10 minutes. Get over yourself, you've just got to the bar, I've just watched you come to the bar. You don't do that. We do the best we can when we're behind the bar. You don't, but it's just, you'll probably find the majority of the time we just bypass you because there is no queue at the bar. You guys need to remember that there's no queue. We try and work from person to person as we see come to the bar. If you come to the bar and there's someone next to you, it's because they've probably been there before you are. Okay? We don't acknowledge this. We don't acknowledge, hey, I'm next. No, you're not. If anything, you're making us not want to serve you, so we just bypass you. It's the way things are. There's no queue at a bar. Okay? Little rant over. But yeah. So, yeah. Thanks, guys. And if you like this video, thumbs it up, subscribe, please. If you don't like it, thumbs it down, don't subscribe. Or just subscribe and just thumbs it down, whatever. Right, yeah. So, yeah, thanks guys, and I will see you next week.